business owners, if we can't function mentally or physically, then it severely impacts our business. So health and wellness is definitely a part of entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why for this event here, we've brought in just a whole bunch of health and wellness entrepreneurs from all over the GTA. And we're all here to share insights, share tips, and share strategies on health and how we can translate that into our business, into entrepreneurship. Now, each of our featured speakers are going to be doing a short TED Talk style presentation. And once all the presentations are done, we're all going to get an opportunity to have conversations and connect with all of our speakers and everyone else in attendance during our networking portion. So really simple format, TED Talks for about an hour, and then networking for about an hour. Now, as a nonprofit organization, Jelly Social, so myself and Amanda, we have a very specific reason for why we're hosting these series of events. And it's really because of that statement right there. Some entrepreneurs face discriminatory boundaries due to our diversity. Now, this is an unfortunate reality that we all have to kind of live with, but we also believe that we have to do something about it. And for us, entrepreneurship is really for everyone. It's for people of all races, colors, genders, backgrounds, and there should be boundless opportunities to thrive as entrepreneurs. So everything that we're doing is to reverse this statement and make this statement untrue. And our whole movement for reversing that and making a better situation for all of us as entrepreneurs is the movement that we call Entrepreneurship Without Boundaries. And in the Entrepreneurship Without Boundaries movement, really each and every one of us can take simple actions to promote this concept here of entrepreneurship without boundaries. And the one simple thing that we can do to create entrepreneurship without boundaries is really to learn from, connect with, and collaborate with as many diverse entrepreneurs as possible. So the way that Jelly Social, our core philosophy, our core belief, is that the more you do this, learn, connect, and collaborate with as many diverse entrepreneurs as possible, then the more you are creating a free flow of opportunity that really everyone can benefit from and everyone can thrive from boundlessly. So really simple actions each of us can take. Now, when we say diverse, we're actually using a really broad definition of diversity. So to us, there are actually two different types of diversity. There's something called inherent diversity, which refers to things like our race or our gender, our age, and so on. And then there's something called acquired diversity, which relates to our education, our experience, our skills, our values, our knowledge, and so on. So as I'm saying this, I'm sure you can already think of several different layers of diversity that you already possess. And that is actually going to bring us to our first interactive exercise of the session, which we call the diversity storm. So this is just, again, a really quick exercise that's going to show us just how many diverse layers are represented in this room right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. And I'd like each of us to just open up your chat messenger that you see on the side, the Zoom chat messenger. And for about a minute, I'm going to pause for a minute. And what I want you to do is type into the chat messenger all the different things that make you diverse, all the different layers of diversity, both from the inherent diversity side and the acquired diversity side. So start typing away in the chat messenger and send it out to the group. I'm going to be doing the same. So I see lots of things coming in already. I see great-grandmother, South Asian female overachiever, woman, engineer, Black disabled, marketing, mom, Irish female, philosopher, Trinidadian, in my 40s, doctor, Caribbean heritage, Chinese dumpling lover, Multiracial, retired. So keep them coming, keep them coming. All the different types of diversity. So inherent diversity, acquired diversity. See, Afro-Caribbean, female, cancer thriver. All right, good job, everyone. So we'll pause there. But really the whole point of this exercise is, a lot of us, when we think of diversity, sometimes we don't think of ourselves as diverse people. But again, there's so many different things that, that make us diverse, and each and every one of us are diverse in just different ways. So when we talk about diversity, we're actually talking about each and every one of us in some way, shape, or form. So that's the whole purpose of the diversity storm. Okay, and I'm just going to share my screen again here. So good job, everyone. Now, the other thing I just want to touch on here really quickly is collaboration. So Jelly Social is all about creating an environment for peer collaboration. So to us, collaboration is just a simple act. It could be big or it can be small, but it's an act of support to our peers and offering support however we can offer that support. So it could be something as simple as advice. It could be an introduction. It could be even a social media shout out. So that's a collaboration. It could be sharing skills or resources. It could be a new joint project or venture, or it could be even purchasing a product. So basically, there's just a wide spectrum of ways that we can collaborate. And the key message here is that any kind of collaboration support makes a huge difference. So do what you can to support, and you're also going to get plenty of support in return. And that's the collaboration mindset that we have in the Entrepreneurship Without Boundaries movement. So I'm going to pause this presentation again for a minute, and we're going to do another interactive exercise. And I'm going to show you all how we're going to collaborate right now in this Zoom meeting. So as always, I'm just going to call on Amanda. And Amanda, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to get my stopwatch here. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And in your 2 minutes, you're going to tell us a bit about yourself. And I also want you to tell us how we as a group can support you. Okay, so let me start this timer. I'm going to give you a 10-second warning when it's time for you to wrap up. And whenever you're ready, you can take it away. Amanda, there? Hey, Amanda. Okay, I think Amanda might be frozen, but that's okay because we have Nero here.
Hi,
So Nero,
I think my connection's unstable.
okay.
Oh,
Thank God for coming back.
I was about to pick on Nero.
oh,
Okay.
I think, am I okay now?
Yes,
I can hear
yes.
you. Yeah.
You
Oh,
saved
so
my
sorry.
life.
My internet has been unstable. I think we're killing the internet out by my house right now. So if I drop on you, I will come back. But thank you, Nero, for being as our backup. We can count on you. So I'll be really quick before I crash.
Yep.
So
2 minutes.
Okay.
Tell us a bit about yourself and tell us how this group can support you. And I'll give you a
All right.
10-second warning when it's time to wrap up.
All right, so hi guys, I'm a mom, I'm a 4-year-old, change agent, I like to say a legal advocate, and being a co-founder of Jelly Social. So I'm all about helping to empower people with the services I offer to through my Legal Shield business and through Jelly Social, connecting and empowering entrepreneurs like yourselves. So we're looking to actually create a podcast. We heard about a new thing called a house party. Oh, no, not house party. What's it called again?
Clubhouse?
Clubhouse, yes. So we want to do interviews with you lovely people and showcase our experts. So if you are interested in being an expert speaker, we were going to go to Zoom. I know some of you have applied, but we are going to put it together. We're starting off this Friday with our first person, and I'm going to get back to some of the folks that have applied to be a guest speaker. And that way we can start showcasing you either on Clubhouse, but you have to be an iPhone, or on Zoom if you don't have iPhone. So starting this Friday, we're kicking off. If you want to be a speaker and interviewed, please do message me and we'll set you up because we'd love to hear from you and really learn your story and see how we can better support you as well, especially in this virtual land that we're in. So
Okay.
that is my ask for today.
Awesome. So that only took a minute. So really well done. So if I got this right, you're ask for support from this group is to have entrepreneurs in the room right now connect with you about doing a podcast series on Clubhouse. Is that right? So you're looking to connect with entrepreneurs so you can interview
Yes.
them on Clubhouse.
Yes, yeah, because I think we should create like a really fun speaker series so we can have some engaging conversations on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's like the new forum. So would love to jump on that and get more people in. And yeah, if so you're interested in being a speaker, then do send me a message, apply, we'll send you a link. And we're going to start setting it up from this Friday onwards and get that going.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. So that brings us to the collaboration storm. So
Thanks.
thank you again, Amanda, for sharing all that. So now we know exactly what we can do to support Amanda. So Amanda's looking for connections with entrepreneurs who want to be interviewed in her podcast series. So now that we know what Amanda's ask is, it's really going to be easy for us to offer support to Amanda. And that's where the collaboration storm comes in. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to stop sharing my screen in about a few seconds. But what we're going to do is we're all going to send Amanda a private message. And in your private message to Amanda, I want you to offer support however you can. So offer her your contact information, your advice, words of encouragement, resources, whatever it is that you think is going to help Amanda with her specific ask, you're going to send her a private message. And if you're looking for a template in terms of how you can structure this message, really simply, you can say, hello, my name is blank. I can support you with blank. My contact info is blank. So I'm going to stop sharing. And again, find Amanda in your chat messenger and send her a private message. We'll pause for a minute so that you can do that. So do you have messages coming in, Amanda?
Yes, I do. Thank you guys all so much. So I'll be busy replying back to you as well. So thank you guys. Looking forward to it.
All right. Give it another 30 seconds or so. Send away, send your messages, as many messages as you want to Amanda. All right, so that wraps up our collaboration storm. Now, we'll be doing collaboration storms all throughout the night. So every time one of our featured speakers is done with their intro, we're gonna do a quick collaboration storm and then move on to the next speaker. So that's gonna be the format, and that's how we're gonna be engaging and interacting with everyone throughout the event today. Now, before I move on to our presenters, there's one final screen share I'm gonna do. I really quickly am just going to show you our brand new website, if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, share my screen here. All right, so this is the brand new jellysocial.ca. And what we created here is a website specifically for our entrepreneurship without boundaries movement. So what this is, really quickly, it's a business directory of local BIPOC and ally businesses. Okay, so basically, if you're familiar with Yelp, it's Yelp for BIPOC and ally entrepreneurs. It's a really simple concept here. And if you want to create a listing, super simple to create a listing, just click that button that you see in the top corner and you can create a free listing up on the website here. And right now, this is Brampton because I'm accessing this from Brampton, but whichever city you're accessing from, it's going to automatically switch over and show you local listings from the city that you're in. So just keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to show you really quickly what one of the profiles looks like. So I'll click on the Jelly Social profile. And this is the Jelly Social listing page. So just going to show you a couple of the things that you're going to find on the page here. So we have an interactive map on the right side here. We have a lead form, so people can actually send us messages directly through our listing. We can put events up on here, and as well as deals and offers. I can indicate whether, what type of business this is, whether it's a woman-owned business, person of color-owned business, Black-owned business, Asian-owned business, senior-owned business, whatever it may be. So we have a number of different elements that you can list your business as. The other thing here that we really wanted to integrate into Jelly Social, which I think sets this apart a bit, is that we really want to have space for you to tell your story. As an entrepreneur, as a BIPOC entrepreneur, or as an ally entrepreneur, you have a unique story. And on the site, on the page here, you can actually upload a video of you speaking about your unique story. So I have mine up there. The other thing too is we have this really cool feature where you can post your calls to action. So for instance, there's a couple of things you can really do to support us at Jelly Social. That is to sign up for our newsletter and to follow us on Instagram. So in your business listing, you can have any number of these call to action. So people who visit your site are going to know exactly what they need to do to support your business. Maybe you want them to check out your Kickstarter page. Maybe you want them to follow you on social media, or whatever it is that you're looking to get support from the Jelly Social community. You can actually list all of those here, and it becomes kind of like a Linktree type of a setup where anyone can go in there, click those buttons, and support you. So those are the kind of cool features that we made sure that we integrated into this website. Now, the other cool thing I just want to mention is that when you go back to the home page and you see all these listings here, you can actually click on this call to action button, and you can immediately see those call to actions that you can jump into and support. So again, we tried to make that a key feature of this website. It's in beta mode right now, so it's not exactly rolled out to everyone, but all of our speakers who are presenting today, we've created, I guess, skeleton profiles for each of you. So you can always go back in later and update your profile so that it's a little bit more fuller and looks a little bit more like, the profile that I just showed you. So jellysocial.ca, again, if you want to go there and check it out after the event, you can do that. I'll also be posting throughout the event all the business pages from of our speakers who are listed on Jelly Social as well, just so you have that on hand. All right, so that being said, I'm now going to throw things over to our speakers. So I'll be calling on you one by one. And when I call you, you can, actually, we're going to start your 5-minute timer at that point. So you have 5 minutes to talk about your topic of choice. And each one of our speakers has a really unique, interesting topic for all of us. Again, TED Talk style, 5 minutes you'll be presenting. I'll give you your 1-minute warning. So keep an eye out for that. And then once you're done, we'll do a quick collaboration storm and move on to the next person. Okay, so to kick things off, I'm going to ask Dr. Baljeet to talk about her topic, which is her cancer story. So take it away, Dr. Baljeet.
Thank you. That was a spoiler alert, by the way. All right. So anyways, well, I'll begin. So I'm Dr. Baljeet Kamba. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm licensed both in Ontario and in California. So about 1.5 years ago, I received the shock of my life. Here I was living my best life. I was, I finally got to a point in my career where I was happy with, I kind of had all my ducks in a row. I was, I moved to San Diego, California, where I was a professor. I was professor teaching out there, doing research in naturopathic medicine and seeing patients and doing a great job and doing all this sort of stuff when I discovered a lump in my breast. And here I am, a person who's lived a healthy life and didn't really have anything major going on. I just turned 40 at the time, and nothing really too crazy had happened up until then. And then I discovered this lump. I moved back home to Brampton to discover that I had this advanced stage aggressive breast cancer that had I had three tumors, not just one, but 3. And it was a genetic link, something that had been passed down from generations above me. It was something that came from my father's mother. as we, did the genetic profile and realized the genetic link that came about. And she had died as a young woman around my age. So now driven with this, and it wasn't just her who passed away, but her daughters. So my aunts had also, a number of them had breast or some sort of female reproductive cancer that was all tied to that gene. So with that force, I was determined. I said, you know what, this ends now. This is enough. Here I am. She was unfortunate. She was her and my aunts all lived in India and didn't get the care that they ought to have received, they could have received here. But here I am living in Canada. And I was like, look, I'm going to make cancer my mission. And I'm going to be super pumped about it and do everything that I can to make sure that not only do I survive, that was the bare minimum, but I'm going to thrive. I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to do it really well. I'm going to combine chemotherapy plus all natural medicine, exercise, yoga, everything that I could do to make sure that this is gone and never comes back again. So sure enough, I went through 8 rounds of chemotherapy. My brother Sanjeet was one of my chemo supporters, and he came with me to every chemo session. And so there I went to every chemo. I went through all the ups and downs, and I came out of it with hardly any side effects, which I'm thankful for. Now, I have some after effects, but nothing compared to what I would have. Now I'm 42, a year and a half later. And so I'm happy to report that at this point now, after 3 major surgeries, 1 more on the way, I'm cancer free. And I'm thankful to say that. Thank you for the applause. So while I celebrate this victory, my post-cancer healing has been fraught with struggles, all from physical struggles, emotional, and spiritual things that have come about. And so as a naturopathic doctor, we take on holistic healing. We look at the mind, body, and spirit when we're trying to approach a patient. And here I am now realizing that all these things that I have now, because during cancer, hey, I'm a type A personality. I was focused, but on getting to the end point. But now's when I'm going back and being like, oh my God, what did I go through? And so now the emotional impact of that is hitting me. And so I'm approaching it just like I would with the philosophies of naturopathic medicine, through looking at things from a mental, spiritual, physical standpoint, and then using the tenets of naturopathic medicine to heal. So as part of my healing story, I've been advocating for help from other women. And in how I can move through this post-cancer world. Originally, before we became into these individual siloed worlds, we were living in communities and communicating with each other. So as part of what I've been doing, I've been treating patients, writing blogs, getting social support. So if this story and a story of advocacy is something that's inspiring to you, I'm currently working on a project where I'm trying to collect stories from women so I'm looking for anyone who may have a story of resilience, of growth, and something that they'd like to share, as I'm trying to create a podcast and storybooks so that I can actually create these stories. So I'm here collecting stories, and I would love to share yours and as however they may go along with my theme. So you can connect with me, and I think that might be my time. So thank you. I'm Dr. Baljeet Kamba, and I'm happy to report cancer-free.
Awesome, very well said. Now, I'm glad you wrapped in your ask for support in there too. So you said that you're looking to connect with other inspirational women who have overcome some things and possibly connecting with you on a number of different initiatives that you have going on, books, podcasts, things of that nature, right? Okay, so then let's begin our collaboration storm. So if you can support Dr. Baljeet in any way, please just send her a private message. So again, your contact information, words of encouragement, support, introductions, whatever you can do to support, just send her a private message, and we'll pause for a minute.
Oh, this is great so far.
Hi. Sanjit, I'm trying to send a message, and when I click on her name, I'm not I'm not able to send the private message or direct message.
Um,
Am I doing it right?
there should be a drop-down box beside two where you see all the people in the call. You see that?
Participants or
So
because I
at
went
the
to the chat
bottom,
box.
yeah,
I'm at the chat
and
box. Oh, okay. I know. I just saw it. Okay,
okay.
sorry.
All right, so that's our minute, and we'll wrap up the collaboration storm for Dr. Baljit. You'll notice in the chat messenger, I've posted a link to Dr. Baljit's listing page on jellysocial.ca, so feel free to check that out as well. It has her contact information in there. So thank you so much, Dr. Baljit. And let's move along to Shanice.
Hi, everybody. Good night. So my name is Shanice. This is Devon. We are co-owners of Or Health and Wellness Business. I do provide detox tea. I know most of you might not detox or think that we don't need to detox, but in truth and in health, we do. We need to take care of our bodies before our bodies don't take care of us, right? So these products that I do supply, they do contain CBD. So I do have our famous Ayaso tea. Now this one has CBD and this is original. What they do is they cleanse your system. So they're gonna remove all toxins out of your body. We also supply our natural vitamin or natural multivitamin. So this is our NutriBurst. It contains 72 essential amino acids as well as 12 vegetables and salads inside of it as well, right? Now this vitamin, it's family friendly. Kids, elderly, anyone can take it. It also contains calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, and we all know this is good for bone growth for any of us that's hypocalcemia. Before I even say that, I am a medical student as well. So I don't just advocate for these products. I use these products. I research the ingredients in these products so I know the benefits of them. And one of the main product as well is the Alleviate. And I'm going to have Devon talk about the Alleviate because he has experienced this firsthand. It contains CBD inside of it. And Dr. Baljit, your story was very touching, but this would have been something that would have helped with the pain, the CBD cream. So I'll just have Devon talk about it for you.
So basically the CBD cream helped me with my injury when I tore my ACL from playing football. So my knee would get very swollen and it would hurt a lot. So after I take this like 10 to 20 minutes, like the swelling would kind of go down and then I wouldn't feel the pain anymore. It also helped with scars after I had surgery. Like some of the scarring wasn't as bad as it could have been because of the cream. Yeah.
Oh, and let me not forget or appetite or Delgado. This is our coffee. So a lot of you were talking about the COVID weight. These products can help with weight loss. So ladies, get in contact with me. I have these great products for you. There's no side effect with these products. They're all herbal. If you want to know more about the ingredients, you can just DM me and we'll talk. My ask for today is just to connect with me on Instagram, get the word out. If you know someone that suffers from arthritis, someone that's looking to lose a bit more weight, someone that's constipated, they're having problem, maybe swollen legs, they're having problem going to the washroom, just send them my way and I do have products for them. Also, if you know someone that's suffering with acne, these products really do help. So that's it for me.
Okay, thank you so much. And let's move along to our collaboration storm. So again, just look for Shanice in the chat messenger, send her a private message, whatever you can do to support, and we'll pause for about a minute. All right, thank you once again, Shanice. And now we're going to throw things along to Deborah. And Deborah, I have your topic here, making room for new, healthy, happy habits. So whenever you're ready, Deborah, you can take it away.
Hello, everybody. I'm Deborah Gemmell. I'm an integrative wellness coach here in Toronto, and I help business professionals resolve the why behind their food, lifestyle, and career issues. And as an integrative health coach, and you'll probably hear this a lot tonight, we know that our wellness is so much more than food and exercise. And if you've ever worked in a toxic environment or been through a stressful breakup, you already know the toll that that's taken on your health. And so as an integrative coach, what I do is dig behind the why. So if you're going to the fridge at 10:30 at night, we look to see where the imbalances are in your life to resolve the issue so that you can get past that moment. Typically, human beings go from awareness to action. So something's wrong, I'm going to lose weight, go on a diet, and it doesn't work. Because we have to dig in and resolve what's going on behind that, why we're doing the actions we do, and habits are a big part of that. And so what I do as a coach is I help people build that rock solid foundation from the inside out to get the skills and the tools that they need to live life in a much better way. And so if you're here tonight and your life and health are in an amazing place, then this probably isn't the one for you, what I'm going to talk about. But if you are having areas in your life that you're not satisfied with or habits that you just can't seem to move past, then I want to invite you to just grab a pen right now and paper. I'm just going to do a quick little exercise with you. And I want to let you know that Amanda and Sanjay have kindly offered to send a video out to you after this. That's the full exercise that will take you through. It's about 20 minutes and it'll take you about 45 minutes to do this. So if you were coming to my house and you got lost, the first things I would do is ask where you are. So when we're trying to figure out where we need to go, we have to first find out where we are. So what I want you to do is think about one habit right now that you have that you might like to kick. And the main areas of wellness are yourself, anxiety, confidence, your health, water, sleep, career, your engagement, your income, your relationships, the support around you, and then happiness, doing things that make you smile every week. The fact is that human beings, everything we do has an outcome. You go to work to make money, you eat to fuel your body. So habits are the things that influence the kind of outcomes that we have, and they shape them. So if you take the habit that you're thinking of, I'm going to use people pleasing as an example because that's a one that comes up with my clients a lot. So habits, what is one habit that you think is a problem for you? And then the next level below that is the actual actions and mindset that you're doing that is forming that habit. So if you're a people pleaser, what actions or non-actions are you taking that are supporting that habit? So if you're a people pleaser, you're saying yes when you want to say no. You might not speak your truth or speak up in different situations. And then below that action is beliefs. And the beliefs are influencing the actions. So the beliefs, if you're a people pleaser, are they won't like me, I don't feel like I belong, they might make fun of me, I might get ridiculed. And so those beliefs feed the actions that feed the habit, that feed the outcome. And this is why when you try to do, I'm not going to eat that food anymore, and you just stop, this is why it doesn't work, because it's much deeper than that. And then below the beliefs and everything, and this is where everything sits. As human beings, we're standing here, underneath here is fear and anxiety, and below the fear and anxiety is feelings of not being good enough. People have different levels of this, but I see this over and over again with my clients, no matter where they're from, what they do for a living, how big of an executive they are, it all happens from the same place. And so that happens because we're prioritizing something. What is it that you're prioritizing? So if you're a people pleaser, you're prioritizing the illusion of safety. You're thinking that if you don't speak up, nobody's going to know, you just stay silent. And that safety is coming from not believing that you're good enough or you're worthy. So in integrative wellness, we always want to look to the future. So the one thing I would say to you is, if you could look forward to 12 months from now, what would your life look like if you actually started to make changes today? And looking forward to 12 months from now, what would your life look like if you don't start making changes today? So as an integrative coach, it's small baby steps that we do to try to make changes. So my ask tonight is, if you can be a part of spreading wellness and proactive wellness to get people to be well before they get sick, then I would love to talk to you. And I do discovery calls for free with people just to kind of help them figure out where they're at and what might be the best thing for them. So I'm super happy to be here. Thank you for having us. Thank you for doing this event and spreading wellness for us. And that is me.
All right, thank you so much, Deborah. And we're going to pause now for the collaboration storm. So I'd like to ask everyone just to send Deborah a private message. Again, whatever you can do to support, your contact information, words of encouragement, resources, contacts, whatever it may be, please just take a minute right now to send a private message to Deborah. We'll pause for a minute. All right, and that's our minute. Thank you so much again, Deborah. And I'm posting Deborah's business listing on Jolly Social right here in the chat. So thank you once again. And now I'd like to throw it over to Dr. Isha. And I have Dr. Isha's topic here as the right mindset and habits to make lifestyle changes. So whenever you're ready, Dr. Isha, you can take it away.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. So I want you to imagine this little plant here and it growing into something like this, okay? So when we think about this process, I usually think it's a beautiful process, something that takes time, right? And it goes at a natural pace, which requires patience. So you can't sow this tonight and then expect this tomorrow. So you might think, what does this have in common with habits? So when I personally think about habits, I think that it's a growth process. So whether it's making changes to weight loss journey, or chronic health issues, or even when it comes to something creative, maybe you're trying to write a book or becoming an artist, you know? So when I think about my patients, they're very smart. You know, they come in, most of them know what they need to do when it comes to these processes. That's not the issue. But what I find more often is that mentally, when there's a hiccup or there's a bump, or they're not getting results like, you know, how we get Amazon Prime, you know? So that's when they take it very personally. So the thing is, it's not our fault because we do live in a world that is full of instant gratification. So our expectations around habits are usually unreal and they're skewed. So one part of my job as a naturopath is to help my patients get realistic expectations that help them follow that there's a natural pace of growth for long-term health, you know? So then when these habits come, they do require mindset tweaks. So there's so much to this. So whatever resonates with you, take that. But I'll share two things from my personal experience. So just give me a second, sorry. There we go. The first one I really often find, even with myself or just humans in general, is the fact they go, I messed up, what's the point of continuing? Because you start working out, everything's going great, or you're starting painting, you're starting writing, but eventually a thought comes up like, you know, this is not good enough, what's the point of continuing? So one analogy I like to use with my patients is that, you know, you're driving somewhere in your car and imagine you get a flat tire. So what's going to happen? Are you going to go flatten all the other tires? No, logically, what you're going to do is that you're going to go and fix that tire so that you can get them back on the road and go to your destination in the car. So same thing with our minds. What happens is that we get stuck in that guilt and then we go into a downward spiral. So what I usually help my patients bring back is like, let's fix those thoughts, you know? You can get back on track. Like literally one thing I've learned is that you cannot mess up, because as long as you're getting back on the track, it doesn't matter if it's been a day since you've been off track, a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, it's never too late. So this is something that when we help them understand, they get back on track with their habits, they continue making those changes that lead them for long-term health, you know? Second one is I'm waiting for motivation to hit me. I used to be one of those people, but you know, recently I've been realizing from my own health journey is that you're allowed to feel not motivated. It's okay to feel lazy, but don't feel bad, because you know, in our society, we are shunned for feeling this way. We're supposed to be like, yeah, we want to work out. I want to be pain. You know, the real thing is you feel crappy half of the time. But the thing I'm learning, and if this resonates with you, take it, it's okay to feel that emotion. But I usually tell my patients not to become that emotion. Because, you know, today, right before this, I didn't feel like working out, but I'm like, dang, I'm presenting on this topic, so I better get my butt moving. So I didn't feel like working out, but I still was like, eventually I will feel better. So, you know, one thing I tell my patients is put your emotion into motion. Physically start moving out, start doing something, and your brain, I mean, your heart will catch up eventually. Because when 10 minutes in, an hour in, or a day in, when you do something that's actually nourishing you, you'll be glad you did it. Because why? It's aligning with that purpose and long-term well-being. And that's how we humans are. And another thing is that the only thing that's going to give us continuous momentum is taking action. And then when you get those results, then you're going to feel even better. So those were 2 tips. You know, sometimes I think I've been working so hard, I've been painting so hard, whatever, but I'm not seeing anything. So I'm going to give up. You know, sometimes I think, you know, if this leaf, I'm going to plant it today and it doesn't start growing tomorrow, am I going to just chuck the whole thing out? No. So we really have to be realistic and have faith, you know, that if I eventually keep working and doing and putting in the hard work, something beautiful like this will grow. So one thing I ask you guys is that how can you offer that patience to yourself? How can you have that faith in the process that once I form these habits, you will eventually make impact on your well-being? So, you know, if you need any support in your health journey, you're more than welcome to contact me. But more than anything, I want you for yourself to like stop waiting for motivation and get back on track, because you cannot mess up. You have not messed up. So go for that walk that you really have been wanting to, but because of guilt, you haven't been able to. Just do it and start. Every day you can start with a new thought, you know, and thank God for all that you have. So get that attitude of gratitude in your mind and express that love, and you'll get that love back. So cultivate that kind of life for yourself. And it takes time. Be patient with yourself. But I do wish everyone well on their health journeys. And if you have any questions, would like to connect, you're more than welcome to.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Isha. Now, is there any way that this group can support you in your practice or in your business?
I'm sorry?
Is there any specific way that this group can help you with your practice or with your business? What's your ask basically for the group?
Yeah, I was having a tough time with this because like, I would love to connect with you over Instagram. So I post videos that help. But if you want to come see me as a patient, you're more than welcome to do that. So whatever floats your boat and whatever resonates with you, do that.
Awesome. So we'll pause for about a minute there. And if you can all just send a private message over to Dr. Isha. Again, your words of encouragement, resources, contacts, whatever it may be, shout outs on social media, whatever it could be to help out Dr. Isha, we'll pause for a minute so you can send that message.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I've just posted Dr. Isha's listing on Jelly Social in the chat.
Sunjit, sorry
Yep.
to interrupt. I think both the link, the previous one for Deborah and for Dr. Isha, you post the same link for both. If I'm not mistaken?
Oh, did I?
Like, if you click.
Oh, no. Actually, Deborah's is Thrive Wellness Solutions and Dr. Isha's is Synergistics.
Okay, so I think for Deborah, or maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, all right, okay. Because I saw her twice. Okay, you sending twice. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so we'll wrap up the collaboration storm. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Isha. And now we're gonna throw it over to Kimberly, who is gonna talk to us about learning to pivot during the pandemic. So whenever you're ready, Kimberly, you can take it away.
Hi, thank you very much for the invite to this wonderful group and to the ability to share and to hear and learn from all of you. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Kimberly Cato, and I'm the founder and CEO of True Roots Counseling Services. I'm a registered psychotherapist by trade, and so I meet people who are in the midst of situations of overwhelm, or they've been blindsided by life-altering circumstances. And I give them strategies and tools to transform their trauma into triumph. And right now, in the midst of this pandemic, my caseload has multiplied to a state of utter confusion for a bulk of the people who are coming to me. And really, it's because they're locked down. They have fear and anxiety and just isolation, heightening their sense of disconnect from everybody around them and the world at large. Additionally, they're faced the people who actually come to me are faced with situations in which they're looking at the things that they used to do that worked for them, whether it be job or socially expressing themselves, interacting with others. Those things that were familiar, they're no longer able to do. And what that ends up doing is giving them time to meditate on and dig into issues that work and shopping and hanging out with friends was previously able to distract them from. So particularly with the clients who've been coming, who have experienced a need to change what they're doing in order to, continue to work or earn an income, pay their mortgage, live their life. We're having to dig deep and look at how they can do what they did before in a different way. And so what I realized over the last 6 months, predominantly, that I've been speaking about consistently, client after client after client, is the need to pivot. And how do you lessen or decrease the amount of anxiety that comes with reinventing yourself? Looking at what you literally have in your hands and making it be enough? What I've discovered is that people look at what's in their hands, and if they are able to pause and look, they become overwhelmed. They become distracted by the fact that they cannot do certain things, instead of becoming enlightened or energized by the things that they can do. So over the last 6 months, I've designed different strategies to help these particular clients and people within my sphere of influence to learn, teaching them how to actually pivot, to actually take stock of the things that are at their strengths, and to repurpose or repackage or represent them to the world in such a way that they can maximize their full potential. So today, as we meet, my ask would really be, if you know people who are struggling in the midst of this pandemic, who are overwhelmed or blindsided by things they can no longer do, if they're feeling excessively isolated and they're trying to reestablish connection, if they're discovering that the things that they were using to distract themselves from the issues that they need to tend to, they're no longer present. So they're overwhelmed by the things that they've been avoiding. If you are one of those people, or you know one of those people, please send them our way. At True Roots Counseling Services, we will genuinely help people unpack their issues, help people sort out the things that are left within their toolbox, to strengthen things that were perhaps a little rusty because they haven't been used, or bring them to the forefront of their remembrance so that they can maximize them, they can actualize them, and they can manifest their greatness. That's my ask. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kimberly. Very well said. And we can pause now for about a minute to do our collaboration storm. So I'd like to ask everyone, just send a private message over to Kimberly, and anything that you can offer in terms of words of encouragement, resources, support, contacts, you can send it over now, and we'll start our 1-minute collaboration storm. All right, thank you again, Kimberly. And I'll throw things over now to Jaysel. And Jaysel's topic is the art of clutter clearing. So take it away, Jaysel.
Thank you so much, Sanjit. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Jaysel Murphy, and I am the owner and CEO of Love Cleaning Residential. Love Cleaning Residential is a bespoke service that initially began solely offering professional cleaning services. And while we were offering those services, I, on the back end of running the business, was training as a clutter coach and a hypnotherapist, because that's just who I am. I'm always wanting to learn more and more and more. I was also and have also been studying various modalities of healing in the holistic arts for many, many, many years. And so when COVID hit, I had to pivot. And of course, everyone was going online, and I thought, I might be able to help people virtually. And so the business switched a little bit. And so now what I do is I'm a certified clutter coach in the Denise Lin method. And I support individuals in organizing their homes. I also have a design background. I studied interior design many, many years ago at the International Academy of Design and Technology here in Toronto, Ontario. And so I bring that with me into the work that I do. I also spent about 15 years of my life working within the social service sector as a housing and community development worker. And so what that offers me is a lens, a very beautiful lens on meeting people where they are. And so why clutter clearing? Does anyone know what clutter clearing is? Just by show of hands. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, and so then I have another question for you. How many of you have clutter cleared recently? And so for those of you who haven't clutter cleared recently, when you clutter clear, do you notice that the clutter comes back? Just by show of hands or by nodding? Yeah. And so if you haven't clutter cleared recently, just by show of hands, how many of you oftentimes may feel overwhelmed at the thought of clutter clearing, the thought of going through your clutter? Yeah, and that's normal. So what is clutter? Well, clutter is, as we all know, I think it was Marie Kondo who introduced us to clutter at the beginning of COVID. And I'll kind of lean into that a little bit, but clutter is anything that we're not using. Anything, and by not using, I mean not using regularly, right? Anything that's broken or damaged, or anything that is in a space where maybe it shouldn't be. So if there's something that is, kind of cluttering up your living room, you may be able to move it into another room and then it's no longer clutter. I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous? I don't know why I'm so nervous. I'm not usually this nervous. Usually I'm like so good. But yes, so, oh, wow. This is all very interesting. I've been on talks all week. Just give me a second. Let me just collect myself. Thank you so much, Dr. Isha, for the thumbs up. I really, really, really.
You're doing good. You're killing it. Yes, it's great information.
And I appreciate that too. I just have so much to say and I don't really know where I'm going with this right now, except to say that, so why is clutter so important to me? I'll go to that right now. So when I was a kid, I was not tidy. I was the child who had stuff from the window to the wall inside of my bedroom. You couldn't even find a pathway from my door to my bed. It was so cluttered. And I think it was because, I grew up in a household with a single mom and she worked a lot. And so she was always giving me things and I didn't know how to organize them. And so for most of my life, I had a lot of things. I just didn't know what to do with them. As I was growing into myself and wanting to, kind of expand and grow and, do all of the things that I wanted to do, I couldn't figure out why I was always blocked. In 2016, we had a huge trauma in our family and I had to go back and reset my life. And one of the tools that I used to reset was clutter clearing, was going through my home and releasing. And what I noticed was my attitude toward releasing made a huge difference. So I wasn't kind of going, oh my gosh, I just got to get rid of this and I got to get rid of that. What I ended up doing was like really just appreciating everything that I had and understanding why I had it and how all of my belongings were an extension of who I was, how they were directly connected to my identity. And so in the work that I do with individuals, I really try and stay focused on that and help people through that process because it can feel overwhelming. And when we work together, my main intention is to help you heal, to be super gentle with you, but also to make sure that I'm instilling with you and in you tools that will carry you through your lifetime so that you don't end up inside of situations like this where you're feeling overwhelmed by the clutter again, where it's something that you can tackle easily. So I think I may be close to my 5-minute mark. and that is okay. What I'd like to do now for the last minute then is just to tell you what I've been working on. So lately, one of my big goals this year is to speak to 15 presentations over the next year. I've started a YouTube channel. I'm in the process of writing a book. It's called Dear Clutter. I'm super excited about it. And I'm writing a lot of blogs on a new website that we just launched this year. We just restructured it and it looks really beautiful. So please check it out. And so my big ask is, check out the content. In the chat box, leave your information so that I can connect with you. And then my ask is that you would like the content if you like it, like honestly, truly, and please leave a comment, because I'd really like people to see that the work that I'm doing, that the things that I'm posting have impact and are affecting individuals on a real deeper level.
All right, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Giselle. Very well said. And I think that's a really clear ask as well that we can all probably support you with. So I'd like to pause for a minute for our collaboration storm. So please send Giselle a private message. Again, offer whatever support you can. And pause for a minute so you can do that.
Wow, you guys, thank you so much. There's so many messages pouring in. Oh, I feel so much love. Thank you. Oh my goodness, look at you guys. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Quick question though, Giselle.
Yes,
Are you
please.
from Trinidad?
So I'm first generation Trinidadian on my father's side.
Yay. Okay.
Yes, I saw all the Trinis representing on the call tonight.
I know.
And
I'm so
mother's
glad.
side, yes, Debbie, on my mother's
Nice.
side, I'm a 7th generation Canadian from Southern Ontario.
Ah,
Really
okay.
unique, beautiful history to me. Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel like so at home. The Trinis here. Okay.
Oh goodness. Listen, thank you guys so much. I am so touched by, and the messages are still pouring in. I love you guys so much and thank you again. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much, Giselle. And that's our minute. You'll see Giselle's link to her Jelly Social profile there in the chat. And I guess I'll throw things over to Debbie. So Debbie's topic is women's mental health and other emotional issues. So whenever you're ready, Debbie, you can take it away.
Okay, thank you. I think that's what I get for butting in and asking if Giselle was a Trini. Anyway, so yes, I can begin with that. My name is Debbie Ali, Debbie Ali for short. Originally born in Trinidad, down the Caribbean. Came up here some years ago. Now my story is a little bit different, but my business, as you can see behind me, I'm the founder and owner of 3glconsulting.com. Well, that's my website. It's newly launched. I'm running a series of blogs, and I hope to begin a podcast sometime soon. And this is because I focus a great deal of my attention, my life's work really, on helping women with their mental health issues. And when we say mental health, that comes with us, it still comes with us some degree of stigma, unfortunately. But whether we would like to admit it or not, it's very real, it's very prevalent. That's not to say that some of my clients are not male, because many of them are actually. But my story goes back to 2006. Sanjeet and Amanda would know my story, where I was abducted from inside of my home and I was held hostage for 2 weeks. Without going into too many details, because we don't have the time, unspeakable things were done to me. Everything horrible that you can think about in your head in a situation like that applies. It applied to that situation. So at that time, my kids were very young. Now they're all grown up. But at that time they were very young. So this traumatic incident, traumatic incident doesn't even begin to aptly describe anything in the vicinity of what an incident like that does to a human being, especially a woman. Again, that's not taking away from the male, because from this perspective now, I was released after 2 weeks after a ransom was paid. My book has been a bestseller for a number of years. It's on Amazon now. I intend to pull it off of Amazon. It's going to be uploaded on my website directly in hopefully the first week of February. We were unable to do a proper launch because of COVID and all of that. So we're going to do a little online launch, hopefully early in February, where you can access my book. It's called Bare Feet. If you Google my name, Debbie Ali Kidnapping or Debbie Ali Trinidad, the whole story comes up, everything comes up, because I've been quite an activist. I've been very, very outspoken about what are termed taboo topics, the things that people are afraid to admit to and afraid to speak about. And by doing so, 2 days after I was released, I started speaking on behalf of the many, many women who are afraid to speak or for some reason unable to speak about what they're enduring. So I'm talking about all manner of abuse, mental, emotional, physical, sexual abuse, because I was sexually assaulted multiple times during that 2-week period. Thank God, and I give all glory to God that I came out of that situation, and I like to joke about it and say mostly mentally sane. Sometimes I think I just have like 2 brain cells left, but I think they're multiplying slowly, But yeah, so that has been my life work since then. Educating women, empowering women, especially to value themselves and know what you're worth. Because because I've been counseling and coaching for well over 15 years since this incident occurred. I'm CBT certified, etc., etc., etc. I've been I've been on way too many public speaking platforms about these types of issues, and people shy and they run away from the word rape, and they run away from PTSD, and they're afraid to deal with depression and anxiety and all of these different symptoms of what occurs. So what I do is I work one-on-one with people, with individuals, men or women, because having endured this issue, I was able to examine it from, of course, my perspective, healing as a woman, having gone through that. I was able to examine my marriage after that. I was able to examine how children cope with traumatic situations. And I was able to piece everything together. So what I try to do is I share realistic, everyday tools and techniques that you can use to cope. Okay, so it's not just coping, but it begins with coping. You begin with coping, and then you learn to thrive, and then you realize what life is. And everybody looks at me like, why is she laughing about everything and always smiling after all of that? And that's, why? Because I find the little joys in the little things that people say are very silly, but they really are not. So if I'm down, and one of the main issues I deal with beside PTSD and sexual trauma and abuse is depression. Depression is not what most people think it is. It's not just sad, and everybody has sad days. Okay, and then you have different types of depression. We won't get into all of that, but the crux of what I want to leave with you is that I assist people in all of these ways in a very practical, realistic manner. I employ realistic techniques that actually work because I've lived through it, and that's why I can say they work. And what I'm asking for basically is support from this group and anyone else you may be in contact with if you feel that they need any type of assistance in this manner. I already see 2 or 3 people who are kind of, we're along similar lines of work, and I'm sure we can collaborate in some way, in some form. So it's not just mental health. I deal with spiritual issues as well. So if you go to my website, you can look at the services I offer, packages that I offer, free consultations for anyone. I'm on Instagram, so following would be great. So yeah, so that's it for me, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much, Debbie. And we're going to pause now for our collaboration storm. So just ask everyone to send Debbie a private message. Again, whatever you can do to support, we'll pause for a minute so you can send that over.
I'm getting so many messages. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Guys can look out for my book on my website. It's not an easy read, but it opens your eyes. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much again, Debbie. And you'll see Debbie's listing on jellysocial.ca right there in the chat. So next, I'd like to call on Jordan. And Jordan's topic is holistic fitness, how to get lasting results. So take it away, Jordan, whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Kilpatrick. I'm a registered kinesiologist at Sword Academy, and I got a lot to cover, so I'm just kind of going to touch the surface on all of it. But I want to start by encouraging you to think about the human being, the human animal, about 10,000 years ago, before the agricultural revolution, before we started farming, and think about what was our lifestyle like? What were we spending our time doing? And I think as we begin to explore that, we realize that we were very physically active. We were in tight-knit groups. We were eating very nutriently dense food. And we were spending all day, every day, adapting and learning and facing challenges. This is what we as humans were designed to do. And so when we look at the current day lifestyle and we take that animal that was designed to do those things and we make them sedentary, we make them not move, we isolate them from a group, as in they don't have a tribe, we feed them with food that is very nutriently drained, and we give them tasks all day that are unmeaningful and unchallenging. I think it makes a lot of sense why we see the symptoms that we do, such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, anxiety, depression, eating disorders, addictions. I think that this makes perfect sense. And so what I want to talk to you today about is something that we call holistic fitness. Holistic fitness is a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle that is totally individualized, it's fully sustainable, and it's incredibly effective at helping you become the best you physically, mentally, and spiritually possible. As we break that down, the body, mind, spirit lifestyle, what we do is we offer a physical training system that's focused on making you the best physically possible. And to us, what that means is being as functional as possible. We're not in the gym pumping iron, trying to get super jacked. It's when we train for function, we become fit as a side effect. And as a side effect of the training, you look better, you feel better, and you give yourself freedom of movement. Our proprietary training system is so effective that you literally get results every single session. As we explore the mind side of things, our mindset coaching system is focused on making you the best mentally possible. And what that means to us is that your mind very simply works for you and not against you. The system is about helping you gain clarity on what's actually going on in your mind, and then creating a plan and taking action based on that plan. When we can do this, and we can do this very effectively, and our mind is working for us towards our goals instead of telling us that we're a piece of crap and we're not good enough and all of that stuff that our minds like to tell us, what we find very, very consistently is that health becomes something we just do. It becomes second nature to us. And as a result of this, we keep the results for life. Now, there is more to the human than just body and mind. And this is where spirit comes in. And as we're doing this, we're not pushing a religion. We like to be very, very clear on that. But we're talking about spirituality. And this is really based in, for us, in yoga and yogic philosophy. Yoga means union. And so what we look at is connection to ourselves, connection to a community, and connection to the planet. We also said, imagine what would be possible if you could have a community of people who all believed in becoming the best versions of themselves and supported one another throughout that journey. This isn't just a theory that we claim. We've got our first case study on our website out with many more in the pipeline that we're just finishing, putting the finishing touches on right now. We've helped people overcome obesity, reverse diabetes, overcome eating disorders, repair marriages, and so much more. We're offering all of this both online and in person now. And we are so confident in the power of holistic fitness as a lifestyle that we actually offer a money-back guarantee on results. It's been possible for all of us, for all of our clients, and it's possible for you too. So my ask today is that you support us by checking out our website. You can, if you could follow me on Instagram at Jordan Kilpatrick Smith, that would be fantastic. Really working on getting that up and running now. And finally, checking out our podcast called The Mountains We Climb. The podcast is on exploring the mental landscape that goes into overcoming challenge and adversity. If this resonates with you, then I ask you to come chat with me afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And we're going to pause now for a minute to do our collaboration storm. So I'd like to ask everyone to just send Jordan a private message. Again, whatever you can do to support, also support on social media, whatever you can do to support Jordan, please send him a message and we'll pause for a minute.
Can I just add, it's super nice seeing all the messages roll in. Great job to Amanda and Sanjeet. I really like that.
Thank you. All right, and that's our minute. So thank you again, Jordan. And we'll throw things over to Charlene. And Charlene's topic is the power of your immune system and how to support it. So whenever you're ready, Charlene, you can take it away.
There, just found the unmute. Sorry. Can everybody see the? Oh, I guess. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I see that it's not. Oh, there. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the immune system because I wrote a book on the immune system, and because of this pandemic, I'm really passionate about teaching people about the immune system right now. So we're just going to quickly go through this and basically say that it's our immune system that protects us every single day. But I want us to be alert and informed, but not alarmed. So I wanted to show you that the current pandemic that we have now has killed many less people than the H1N1 that happened previously in 2009. So just be aware of that. And also that if you look into history, you see that the people, not everybody will get whatever is going on, like the Black Death. It was 25% of the people and 75% recovered quickly or were never infected. And it was their immune system that got them through that. Oops. Well, okay, we'll just continue on. Everybody's immune system is different, but as a general rule, it becomes stronger during adulthood because we're more exposed to more pathogens and have developed more immunity. So the immune system's ready to seek and kill invaders to protect us from harm. It's always going on constantly, every single moment. Okay, and it's a cooperative system of biochemicals, cells, tissues, organs that are throughout the body. And I don't know if you can see Peyer's patches there, but that's in our intestines. And I'm going to point that out again in a minute. Once I know where I'm going here, there we are. So these are some cells that are in our immunity. The first line is the phagocytes. They're the macrophages and the neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils. In the book, I call them the Phil brothers. And then we have the lymphocytes that I'm sure you've probably heard some of these words before, but B cells, T cells, and natural killer cells. So they're all working for you all the time. Oops. So we want to make sure that we are doing things like washing our hands all the time, getting adequate sleep, drinking purified water, eating a clean diet with plenty of vegetables, avoiding any toxins and cleansers or skin cares, detoxification we heard about earlier, stress management, exercise we just heard about, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about supplementation. Oops. Right one here. So when we look at supplements, we want to focus in on quality because the FDA has shown that there's been lead found in over 320 multiple vitamins for women and children. They've also seen that 800 dietary supplements contained unimproved drug ingredients. So you want to do your research on the supplements that you're taking. I did my research 25 years ago and found a proven source in a company that's called Shaklee. Now, in a healthy person, there should be 10 times more probiotics than the cells in our body. So that means we need about 10 trillion probiotics. And what I found to be really working well is one that has DI, so one for digestion, one for immunity, and it gives you a powerhouse of immune support. And Dr. Kojima founded interferon, and that's a messenger chemical in our immune systems. And he found that when the medical profession made the interferon chemically, he didn't like what it did. So he spent 40 years looking for a natural version of that. And he finally found 4 herbs that he created into a product called Nutriferon. And it really does help with the immune system because it works with the natural killer cells, which is right there. And it's intended for everyday use. So you don't want to wait till you get sick. You want to keep your immune system charged every day. And so it's something I take every day myself. And Shaklee has the exclusive rights to this. Dr. Kojima gave Shaklee the exclusive rights to sell that. The other thing we see more about now these days is that vitamin D is more effective even than the flu vaccine. So you want to make sure you've got a good vitamin D. This is another little quick way to get the equivalent of 16 oranges. And I use that on a regular basis, especially in the winter. Oops. And then this one is got black elderberry, echinacea, which you've probably heard of, and zinc. And it's a great way to keep your immunity up as well. So there's lots more, but because this is a 5-minute presentation, I just thought I'd list a few more. There's some that are available in a box where you can get all this all in one spot. So you can talk to me afterwards about how you can support your immune system that way. But basically, basically why I like the Shaklee is because they give an unconditional guarantee. And that is very important to me because I want to make sure that what I offer people works. So there's no guarantees against disease, but we do know that poor nutrition is going to give us a poor immune system, and optimal nutrition is going to give us the best chance to fight anything that comes our way. Oops. So I look forward to helping you with your immunity, and I rushed through that, so I hope I got it in with 5 minutes. Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Charlene. And I'm going to pass things along into our collaboration storm. So I'd like to ask you all to send Charlene a private message. Again, anything you can do to offer support, words of encouragement, contacts, anything that you can think can help out Charlene, please send it over, and we'll pause for a minute.
My book's available on Kindle or on my website if you're interested in the book part, because it introduces you to cartoon characters.
All right, thank you so much, Charlene. And that pretty much concludes the speaker portion. And we're about to go into networking. But before we do that, I see Chris Beth here. Chris Beth, could you just speak a little bit about Empowered for X? Empowered for X, by the way, is co-hosting this event today. So take it away, Chris Beth.
Hey, Sanjeet, thank you so much. It's amazing to hear all of the stories and entrepreneurs within our community that is focused on health, whether it be spiritual, mental, physical health. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I think I took away some nuggets and definitely would love to connect with you after this as well. So Empowered for X, we are an entrepreneurial ecosystem here in Brampton. We have a physical co-working and event center. However, due to COVID, our doors are physically closed, but where we're seeing a lot of people reaching out to us for support as they're starting new businesses. If they're looking for a virtual business address, we're able to provide that for them so that they register. Imagine the fear of someone showing up to your house to collect a book from you. You know, instead of doing that, come to a professional business location and you can meet your clients there as well. But really what we're really passionate about is really simplifying business innovation for the entrepreneurs within our community. Many of us, as all of us, have gone through COVID. We're still navigating COVID. But one of the things that we realize that many BIPOC entrepreneurs face is the challenge of becoming digitally enabled. And with our community here, we're supporting entrepreneurs across the spectrum, those that are high tech or low tech. We're able to help you navigate and really prepare for this new economy that's upon us. And so with that, invitation to all to reach out, say hi, and we always love to connect. My colleague Leanne is also on the line. So we'd love to stay in touch. Thank you.
So is there a specific thing that this group can do to support you?
I guess in terms of the ask, similar to you guys at Jelly, we're actually working on an upcoming podcast, and we're looking for speakers to reach out to people to talk about, we're calling the series BizGram, so where you can come and share nuggets to support other entrepreneurs on the entrepreneurial journey, but to share your expertise and wealth of knowledge as well. So reach out to either Leanne or myself, and we would definitely love to schedule you in for a 30-minute discussion about what you do.
So let's do one more collaboration storm. And I'd like to invite you all to send Chris Beth a private message. Again, whatever you can do to support, we'll pause for a minute so that you can do that.
And if I may do a quick plug for you too, Chris Beth, I have my office address at Empowered for X, and it's fantastic. Just know I have a business address there, and it's not coming to my house, and it looks more official on paper too. So I appreciate all the work you guys do, Chris Beth, and you guys being a partner, you and Leanne, for helping us with this event. Thank you guys so much. All right,
I love you as my fellow Trinidadian sister as well.
And we got a lot of Trini power on the line. I love it.
And if I can just also add, I've been following Empowerment for X for a while now, for the better part of this year. And they have been such a cornerstone in helping my business to grow. I just love what the team does, how supportive they are, how knowledgeable the hub is. So I'm so happy that you guys have sponsored this event, yet another great event. Thank you.
All right, so that's our minute. Thank you so much, Chris Beth. And I just wanted to send along a few notes about upcoming events. So Jelly Social and Empowered for X, we have another event happening next month, February 10th. And this is Black History Month inspired, but what we're doing is we're asking Black artists, musicians, and makers to send an application form to be featured at our next event. It'll be exactly the same type of format you see here, but our featured speakers are all going to be, again, Black artists, musicians, and makers. So the link I just posted in the chat, that's the link to RSVP for the event. I'm also going to post a link to our form, our artist intake form or sign up form. So if you know, if you're an artist or if you know any Black artists in your network, please share that form out, which is the second link I just posted. Please share that out, and we'll be collecting applications for probably the next week to 10 days. And we could really use your help in spreading the word. The other event that I want to note is our March event, which is called Be Social. And the focus of that event is going to be social media and digital marketing. So exact same format as this, but we're going to have a whole bunch of social media, digital marketing experts as part of our featured panel. So that link I just posted, that's for the March event. And similarly, I'm going to be posting an intake form. So if you happen to be connected with anyone in social media or digital marketing, please invite them to submit an application using that form I just posted. The other thing is just a quick survey. If you can take a few minutes to fill this out, just to tell us about your experience during the event today. You can do that once we wrap up the networking portion, but please click that link, and your feedback would be really, really helpful. I hope you got a lot of value out of this event, and if you did get value, it's because of all the people who have submitted feedback throughout the months, who have pushed us to do this even better and better and better. So we ask you to do the same. So that being said, reminder as well, make sure you save your chat log. So there's where you've been typing in your messages, you'll see a box with 3 dots. Click that button and you can save your chat. You can either do it now or you can do it once we're done our networking portion. I say do both. So do it now before we go into networking, and then do it again once the networking is over. Just make sure you, everyone's been sending you amazing messages that you need to follow up with. So make sure you save your chat. Anything else you want to throw in, Amanda?
No, that was perfect. You covered all the bases. So yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for all the incredible talks and the speakers and the shares. Like, we love you all. We appreciate all the feedback, and looking forward to featuring you more on our speaker series podcast coming up as well, and at the other events. So hopefully you guys will join us for the other events, and then we'll break out into the breakout rooms. So I'm going to try and do about 2 to 3 participants per room. So I'm going to assign, and then I'm going to try and get it for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to assign it automatically. I wonder if I do it manually, I get more control. All right, we're going to give it a go. So what's going to happen is it's going to break you out into the room, and then you get a couple of minutes and you'll see a countdown take place. And then we can come back, and then we're going to switch it up and do it again. So that way you get a little bit more one-on-one talk. So we have about, let's say, 15 minutes. And then we'll break it up from there. So look forward to seeing you guys in the room. And let's see my options. I'm going to do, I could do 6 minutes. All right, maybe I'll do 5 minutes. So give us some good timing. Zoom's gotten better. They used to be like 2 minutes, but now they're working it out. All right. And enjoy.
Ah, well, would you look at that? Here we're back.
We're back. We're back. Jesslyn, amazing story. Leave your contact information. I sent a message. I didn't get your contact information. If you can leave your contact information, Jesslyn, that would be great.
Oh, mine? Did
Yeah.
you not
Please.
Zero? Oh, I
Yes,
thought I sent it to you. Hang on one second. I'm going to send it to you
didn't
right
get it.
now.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, love. Here we go.
The short version, J-Cell.
There you go. Oh, well, got to get everything in there. Did you
No,
get it?
I know the longer version. I just want a contact information. I can pick up a phone and call.
Yeah,
Also,
but, she's got 3 phone numbers.
Oh,
and
you want my
4
phone number?
emails.
Okay, here, I'll send that to you.
Yeah.
Not a
Hello.
problem. Here we go. 76271. There you go. Do you see it there?
Thank you. Appreciate
There
it.
you
Yes, that's
go.
better.
Oh, you're welcome. Here.
Oh, our whole school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's
Great. How was that? Everyone did well?
Yes.
Let's switch it
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's see if I can switch this all up again. I'm gonna try to recreate. Assign automatically.
what has yet to be created.
I'm gonna make sure you don't have people in the same rooms. I'm gonna hope it doesn't go in the same room, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, if you do end up with the same person in the same room, just have a one-on-one with them afterwards. It's
Yes,
a sign
yes.
from the universe.
Yes.
That's true. That's a good way to put it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because I don't know. Well, I'm gonna
You
put.
got that, J-Cell?
I got it.
You've got good odds. It'll be okay.
All right. We'll see how it goes. Good luck, guys.
We're back. We're the
First one's back.
yes. We're the first ones.
We
I
are
think
in.
I think
Wow. I was like, maybe we didn't actually leave. We're still in Kansas.
yes. And to the folks that's watching us on Facebook Live, wish you were here.
Howdy.
Definitely an opportunity for you to check in on the next Jelly Social and connect with amazing entrepreneurs within our
Absolutely.
community. So good.
Amazing.
Hi, welcome back. Welcome back. I know we're right about that time, so hopefully you guys had some great conversations in your rooms.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a part of the event. I'll let Sanjeet on the wrap up.
Yeah, just again, make sure you save your chats. That's
Definitely.
incredibly important. And I'm also posting the link again for the survey. So if you could just take a few minutes to fill that out whenever you get a chance, that'd be really, really helpful. But just want to say thank you all for, thank you all for participating here today. You know, the value of these events is, of course, all of you. And really appreciated all the stories and all the insights, all the knowledge that was dropped here, and of course, networking and connecting with you all. So I would say, you know, again, thank you all for participating. Make sure to follow up with everyone. Everyone here has a lot of homework to do, right? Everyone's got to follow up. And yeah, check us out at our upcoming events. Again, February 10th and March 4th. Love to see you there as well. And that's
Sanjeet,
about
just wanted to say thank you so much to you and Amanda, man. Amazing group, amazing work you guys are doing. I know a lot of work behind the scenes, which we don't see. They're providing the free listing on a website, guys. Take advantage of this. These are my best buddies. I love them. It's beautiful what they do for the community without taking any credit. So thank you so much.
That is true. Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you.
Great
Thank
job.
you so much.
Thank you.
Much
Good job,
love.
and we're thankful.
Thanks, you
Hella
guys.
thankful.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Yes, enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.